which is Jupiter in seventh house. So everybody knows that seventh house is house of marriage, partner, spouse, and our contracts, our business partner, and seventh house also travel, like it represents west direction, and Saturn attains Digbala in this position, and as everybody knows that this is one of the Marakasthanas, the second and seventh house. These are the two houses which can cause Maraka in one's chart. So coming to Jupiter, okay, so Jupiter, what is Jupiter? So Jupiter is a divinely guidance. Jupiter is father, teacher, guide, a guru kind of personality, a guide within you and outside who is available at your service if you are looking forward to. Jupiter is optimism, Jupiter is expansion, and Jupiter also owns two houses from this natural zodiac, so which is 12th house and 9th house. So what is 12th house? So 12th house is self-sacrifice, 12th house is spirituality, so 12th house is charity, bed pleasures, all hidden things. And Jupiter owns 9th house, so which is Sagittarius. He attains Mula Trikona in the 9th house, which is a Sagittarius sign. So 9th house is father, long distance travel, higher learning, spirituality. So now Jupiter is in 7th house. So it's a kind of you are bringing the energies of Jupiter, which is a divine guidance, who is a guide. You are bringing optimism, positivity, and expansion into 7th house. So for certain ascendants, this produces one of the greatest yogas, which is called Hamsa Mahapurush Yoga. So I think you people know the meaning of Hamsa, the unique capability of swan. It's the only bird on this earth which is capable of separating water from milk. So basically, water is is known as this Maya, illusion, and pure milk is known as truth. So this is what Hamsa Mahapurusha Yoga is. So especially for Capricorn ascendants and for other ascendants where Jupiter being in Swakshetra, own house or exalted house, this Hamsa Mahapurusha Yoga is formed. Then Jupiter is actually, it has to be in Kendra. Jupiter has to be either exalted or in own house. So this is what beauty of Jupiter in 7th house for Capricorn ascendant. But however, Jupiter also brings some problems, frustrations, depending on the lordship. Let's say for Capricorn ascendant, Jupiter owns 3rd house and 12th house, is a double malefic. Let's say for Libra ascendant, Jupiter owns 3rd house and 6th house. So if he is in 7th house, so he can bring some negative effects as well. But anyhow, it is Jupiter. So wherever house Jupiter is in, whatever be the houses that is those are receiving Jupiter's aspect, they are safe. So Jupiter in 7th house aspects ascendant, which is a big blessing for the native. He makes the person of very good personality, stature, character, a flawless character. He is God-fearing, spiritual, religious. Yes, is he truly religious? Depends on if Jupiter is Vakri. No, he is not a truly religious person. So inside he is religious, okay? Outside, he won't appear to be religious. So that's what retrograde Jupiter is. So Jupiter in seventh house, these people are actually very lucky because Jupiter with the seventh aspects the ascendant, which protects the native, gives all the intelligence, divine guidance, optimism, positive thinking, and they have well formed body parts. They are of very good height, very good complexion. So Jupiter in seventh house aspects 11th house. So basically, again, protecting the elder siblings and securing the gains. So basically, 11th house is fulfillment of desires. Okay, so this house actually receiving aspect from Jupiter is actually very good. So it achieves some balance because of this aspect. And from the ninth aspect, Jupiter aspects third house, which is also another thing, a very, very good thing, because third house is a house of communication, effort, will. So a guru is acting behind you and who is helping you to initiate some things. So that's the good thing about Jupiter is in seventh house. Of course, seventh house is a Maraka. So in Vedic astrology, any planet positioned in seventh house becomes a Maraka planet, except the exception is ascendant. So even ascendant is in seventh house, it can't be Maraka. But here the exception is even Jupiter is in seventh house. He won't become significator from Maraka. That is the beauty of Jupiter. Because Jupiter is known as life in this universe, on all the biological species, animals, human beings. So what happens if Jupiter is in seventh house? So most of the Jupiter's capabilities, actually, they are leveraged to protect this individual spouse, partners from some threats, life threat or health threats. So there should be a reason why Jupiter is in seventh house, why he is sitting there, because he is safeguarding your partner. Of course, Jupiter having a third lordship and 12th lordship sitting in seventh house can bring some sickness to spouse as well. But being a significator of life, he can't be Maraka, so he protects the spouse. So a person who has a prominent Jupiter in seventh house is very blessed with a very good partner, wife. If she's a woman, a very, very, very good husband, and if he's a man, is a very good spouse. So the partner becomes a guiding guru kind of personality for them. They always keep, guiding them, nurturing them, nourishing them. So if ascendant goes in seventh house, this person nourishes his spouse. If seventh lord sitting in ascendant as a Jupiter, so his partner, his spouse, guides him, protects him. So it has different meanings actually. So right now we are talking about seventh house. Even though Jupiter is not very good at seventh house, because seventh house is one of the Kamasthanas. So Jupiter is not romantic like like Venus. Because Jupiter is known for self-sacrifice. That's why he owns the natural 12th house, Pisces. So 12th house is house of not only blood pleasures, a self-sacrifice. One can sacrifice his self only after getting rid of all these pleasures and frustrations and addictions. That's what it means. That's why Jupiter is given lordship of 12th house. And again, Jupiter in 7th, he brings the qualities of being a Karaka for 9th house. So this person has significant impact of father, spouse in his life, throughout his life. So either his father must be a guiding figure, his spouse must be a guiding figure if Jupiter is sitting in 7th house and aspecting ascendant. What if Jupiter is exalted? Yes, these qualities will amplify. So basically 7th house is marriage, partnership, and it also wants public interface. So how you are projected to a bigger audience, that is, seventh house is an interface. So Jupiter in seventh house makes this person a guru, teacher, guide kind of personality. That's how the society sees him. So that is what the natural energy that I'm talking about. So depending upon lordship, and if Jupiter wants malefic houses like 12th house, 3rd house, or 6th house sitting in 7th house, so it may be a kind of a different scenario. But ideally, Jupiter in 7th house gives a person a very good name and fame and very good social status. If Jupiter is retrograde in 7th house, these people, they feel lack of love, support from their partners. So they give out everything. Love, they give out their love, compassion, everything, but they don't get in return. That's what in a 7th house retrograde Jupiter is. They definitely have breakups or some kind of bitter experiences with the relationships, maybe with partners, friends, and they realize and they learn how to deal. So that's what a retrograde Jupiter is. So retrograde Jupiter actually attains Chesta Bala. So it again activates your 3rd house. So when Jupiter is in 7th house in one's horoscope, so the 7th house is secured. The 1st house is secured because of Jupiter aspect, and the 11th house is secured because of Jupiter aspect, and the 3rd house is secured because of Jupiter aspect. So here, self, spouse, father, elder siblings, bigger network, younger sibling, these things actually are in focus limelight when Jupiter is in 7th house, especially when this dasha is activated, when a person runs Jupiter Mahadasha, or a person runs Jupiter Antardasha. So let us say for each ascendant, so starting from Aries. So for Aries ascendant, Jupiter is supposed in 7th house, so he is in Libra. So of course 7th house Jupiter is actually considered to be good because he controls some negative effects of 7th house, because 7th house is a karma house. Okay, so the overly involved nature of a person's over involvement with woman, or or lavish things, that is basically controlled, Jupiter being in 7th house. But again, this is Libra. Libra is always shows a turbulence and a balance in the relationship. So Jupiter may not do well for Aries ascendants, because it's actually Venus is a bitter enemy there. And of course, Jupiter owns one benefic house for Aries ascendants, which is 9th house. 9th house lord, being in 7th house, the wife brings a fortune, and father brings fortune. Father becomes a prominent personality in this person's life in terms of nurturing and nourishing the native. And also Jupiter brings 12th house energies into 7th house. So this can make a spouse kind of prone to ill health. But we need to see the dignity of Venus also, because it's a kind of blessing, because 7th house is a Marakasthana, and for Aries ascendants, Venus actually is a double malefic, being a Maraka of 2 houses, which is 2nd house and 7th house. So Jupiter sitting there in the 7th house can suppress the Maraka aspects of Venus. Almost Jupiter is capable of reducing 50%. Now for Taurus ascendants, Jupiter is in Scorpio. So Scorpio, it's a natural eighth sign from Zodiac, and it is owned by Mars. So Jupiter and Mars, they are best friends. So Jupiter does well in Scorpio because it's a watery sign. So Jupiter in Cancer, which is a watery sign, emotions. So that's why he gets exalted because of Pusha Nakshatra. And here again in Scorpio, Jupiter has Anuradha, which is a star of compassion, friendship. So basically for Taurus ascendants, 7th house Jupiter helps them to control the aggressive nature of their spouse, because the 7th lord is Mars for Taurus ascendants. Also 7th lord and also 12th lord. So Jupiter can suppress the ill effects of Mars, because Mars becomes Maraka for Taurus ascendants. For Gemini, yes, Jupiter is double malefic. So there was a saying in Sanskrit, Kendradipachya dosha balavan guru sukrao. So Jupiter owns two Kendras for Gemini, which is 7th and 10th. So Jupiter is a double malefic for Gemini. So if he is sitting in 7th house, what happens? So he takes things granted and he won't listen to anyone. And he faces a lot of issues in life with respect to mismanaging finances, mismanagement in marital life, not able to nourish or protect spouse because of the lordship of 7th and 10th. And also the Jupiter is an enemy of Mercury. For Cancer ascendants, Jupiter being in 7th house in debilitation, unless the Nichabanga happens, Jupiter can't be benefic. Jupiter gives some troubles, issues because of debilitated Jupiter. Because these people, they find it's very difficult to find a spouse. They wait forever to find a right spouse. That is one thing. The other thing is they see a lot of mismatch in the terms of the mindset with their partner. They often get into conflicts. But again, the 7th house Jupiter aspects to Cancer, which is exalted sign. In one way, it is a blessing. It protects the individual because Jupiter aspects his exalted sign, which is Cancer. For again Cancer, Jupiter owns two houses. One is 6th house and the other is 9th house. So he becomes benefic, 50% benefic because of 9th house ownership, and he becomes 50% malefic because of 6th house ownership. Again, 6th house Lord in 7th house, 6th and 7th house Lord in 7th house is not good for relationships. So these people either break up with someone before they get into actual marriage, or they will have some kind of temporary separation, and after that, they unite. This is how it happens for them. So their spouse is their enemy, and their father is another enemy for them. For Leo, Jupiter owns two houses. One is 5th house, which is a benefic house, which is a prominent one of the Kona houses, and he owns 8th house. Now 8th and 5th Lord getting into 7th house, positioned in 7th house. So it brings the characteristics of portfolio of 5th, 8th in 7th house. So for them, the marriage happens like an accident. They don't expect that they would marry, such a person. It's all of a sudden. The timing of marriage is unpredictable because of 8th house being in 7th house, and also they find it. They will have trouble finding, finding their spouse. Yes, 5th Lord in 7th house is good in terms of fortune, because their partner, spouse is of very good, entertaining, artistic personality. So from 7, Jupiter aspects the ascendant Leo. And with 5th aspect, Jupiter aspects their 11th house, which is good for them. And with the 9th aspect, Jupiter aspects 3rd house, which is again Libra. For Virgo, Jupiter is again a double malefic. He owns two Kendras, 4th and 7th lordship. He's again sitting in 7th house. So it's again a trouble with partner. They won't listen. They have their own mindset. They live in illusion. And after that, after doing many mistakes, they realize. Especially for Gemini and Virgo ascendants, I have seen Jupiter in 7th. These people face a lot of turbulence in terms of financial management and their business. So they see sudden rise and sudden fall in life because of this Kendradipatya dosha attained by Jupiter. For Libra, so Jupiter is positioned in Aries and is a friend of Mars. So Jupiter really does well in fiery sign. Is good for them. So again, Jupiter is 3rd and 6th lord for Libra ascendant. So this is actually again, it may cause some relationship issues or separations with their partners. For Scorpions, Jupiter would be in Taurus. Taurus would be their 7th house. So for Scorpions, Jupiter is kind of benefic because he owns 2 houses, 2nd house and 5th house. So these people are kind of blessed because they'll have very fortunate, lucky partner. The partner will bring a lot of money, assets, a lot of creativity, entertaining, nourishing kind of personality. For Sagittarius, Jupiter owns 2 Kendra houses, 1st and 4th. So he's sitting in 7th house in Gemini, which is a enemy house. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So these people often have communication issues with their spouse, gaps in communication. So the good thing is Jupiter sitting in 7th house aspects their Mula Trikona, which is an ascendant, which is good for them. This aspect makes the person self-reliant, self-confident. They maintain very high esteem. But still they have issues because of this 2 Kendra Adipatya of Jupiter. For Capricorn, as I mentioned, Jupiter would be exalted. It produces Hamsa Mahapurusha Yoga. It's a blessing for them. But they need to actually work on channelizing this energy properly to make this Hamsa Mahapurusha Yoga happen. It's not easy for them because for Capricorn ascendants, Jupiter owns 2 malefic houses, 3rd and 12th house. Because Jupiter is not good at bed pleasures, and Jupiter is not good at initiation, and he's not a go-getter. He's a divine guidance. For Aquarius, Jupiter would be in Leo, which is 7th house, is a house of best friend Sun. So for Aquarius again, it's a kind of Jupiter owns 2nd and 11th house, both the houses. So it is very good for financial gains. A partner brings a lot of fortune for this individual. For Aquarius ascendants, if Jupiter is in Leo, 7th house. For Pisces, again Jupiter becomes Lagna and 10th Lord. He is in 7th house Virgo, which is Mercury's house, enemy's house. So they need to work on bridging the communication issues with their spouse. They have some issues with their partners, and they learn from mistakes, these people. So friends, this is my analysis about Jupiter in 7th house for all the ascendants. If you like the video, please click on like button and also subscribe to this video. Thank you very much.